In this video, I'll reveal my 30-day roadmap for generating $25,000 a month as a health coach. This is everything I learned from trying to build my own coaching business from scratch, where I generated $23,000 in my first 60 days. So with this, you should be able to cut that time in half before bringing in 5 to 10 serious clients who pay you $3,000 to $5,000 each. That is the industry standard for a 90-day program with a guaranteed results. I have other videos on building your offer, but let's get into setting up your marketing systems, which will bring in an endless amount of leads that you can close into your high ticket program. There is some separation for this, so you can get started as soon as possible, but it's just a few Amazon purchases and a minimum time investment. This requires that you batch film a week's worth of content every week, which shouldn't really take more than 5 to 7 hours out of the 168 hours that you have in your week. You might need to buy some lighting equipment and you have your phone. Then as a one-time investment, take some time to create a strategy that's most likely to attract your ideal clients. So you can just spend 2 hours max planning the week's content and recycling proven content ideas and some trending content every week. The first part is really easy. And the second part, most people have it backward. As a health professional, the traditional system is that people just come to you. But as a business, no marketing means no people. My system is designed to streamline the process so it's not only easy to do, but you're not spending your whole entire week on marketing. So I'll give you a brief overview of how content works. It starts with the content that attracts your potential clients with a call to action. This isn't just a call to action where you say, hey, buy my program, buy my program. It's a content with a CTA at the end. If you set up your content correctly, people will take action. All my clients get clients by going viral, which has a massive potential and is the exact reason why when your business is scaled, you can hit $75,000 a month as I did. I'm not gonna cover the sales funnel and the sales call here because you need to have this set up. Without marketing, there would be no sales. So we're starting in step 1 before going into step 2. Even when I first started, marketing was always top priority because you want to establish your authority. As I mentioned, this isn't a huge time commitment to figure out your ideal client. I'm gonna link a Google Drive in the description so you can go through that and answer the big questions. What I'm gonna cover next are the 5 types of content you want to create every single week, which generated me $25,000 every month when I first started my gut health practice. All right, let's go through this. So why is content so effective at selling? Because you are typically gonna get rid of the 6 main objections that people have when they come to an enrollment call via your content, which is trust, but which by making good quality content, you're humanizing yourself and that content builds trust. Number 2 is fear, because people can have fears of like, how do they actually get results? But by making the content that can explain like the ins and outs of what you do and how you get people results, there's going to be no fear. Next up is time. So you got to be transparent and upfront in your content on the timeline that most people are going to need in order to get to their goal. And this is going to crush the time objection. Like obviously don't say anything unrealistic that I'm going to help you lose 30 pounds in 10 days. Like nothing like that. Show realistic stuff and this is how people trust you. The other one is value. So all people care about is that their desires are fulfilled. So if you can get them from point A to point B, they have all the value that they need to get results. Now, these next 2 is mostly like the logistics, which comes up in a sales call. It's kind of circumstantial too. But if you handle the first 4 objections, trust, fear, time, and value, the rest of it is easier to handle. With finances, you can easily set up a payment plan, a financing option, whatever that it may be. With partner and support, again, circumstantial, but making sure that they're present or that they're supportive of their decision, this is like very easy to crush it as well. So let's go over the 5 most effective ways of selling in content. Number 1 is going to be inspiration and motivation. So this is going to be creating an emotional transformation because people see success and it creates an opportunity for your audience to be like, oh my God, I can do this now too. So for example, inspiration and motivation, when somebody feels, go back to whatever I said about like transformation, that I can do it too. And usually like what you can do typically in those posts, they have like a picture like this that's like, follow me on IG if you're looking for a way to get out of your situation. It's never too late to change your life around. This was an Airbnb example. Another one is an example of someone who was trying to balance her hormones, and this basically goes on into explaining it. And basically she mentions that she was in the middle, subtly mentions that she was helping her client with a similar issue, and positions herself as an authority figure so people can reach out to her and become a client as well. So she has a link in her bio that people can indirectly use. It's like an indirect funnel to book themselves a call. It's not like, hey, buy my program, or like, hey, work with me, establish that people see results, they get inspired, they're like, whoa, this is possible for me too, so let me go and see how this person can also help me. This was like her one-on-one applying to work with her type of a link. Next up is belief shifting, because people may or may not agree with your view on the problems that you are going to solve in your business. So if you constantly reframe and do a lot of belief shifting, remove any limiting beliefs that they might have, any specific beliefs, opinions, certain lessons that you have, that way you're going to move them into becoming an actual client, because the way you are presenting it is different than the typical normal stuff that they hear. Let's say like conventional medicine versus traditional doctors, they have a different approach. So if you present your beliefs and you're able to shift other people's beliefs into something that you think is more appropriate for that standpoint, that is how people get inspired to be working with you. Next up is problem awareness. So this is a very easy method to create an open loop where people are going to be like, whoa, like what can I do next? It's going to make them hungry to look for the solution. This is another example. She went viral for basically, she goes on for like 1.5 minutes, lists out different problems like eye twitching, ringing in the ear, brain fog, whatever that it is. And basically she didn't really give any solutions. So what she did, it caused people to basically look at more of her content or look at how they can get help from her, which was like a link in her bio, and she had this. Or another example is like this video of Julie where she just lists out a bunch of stuff. It's only a 5-second video, super easy, and explains that you might be having this. And in the caption, she says, click the link in my bio and schedule a free discovery call. So basically she's creating an open loop for people to comment, go to the link in her bio directly to get the solution. Or you could come from a solution awareness standpoint, which is like actionable solutions or quick fixes that people can do. And it comes like, if you do X, Y, and Z every day, your whatever is going to go away. You're very transparent. Obviously, don't set unrealistic expectations, but this is also an easy way to call out the people that you want to be working with, because it just builds trust when you give them some solutions. So for example, in this video, this person says, if you take these 2 supplements, you're going to have a better skin and gut, and it just establishes more trust and people would want to work with her even more. And she's got 211,000 likes on that. She doesn't necessarily promote anything, but obviously if she would have put a CTA, it would have been effective. If it was me, I would have totally done it. Or another one, it's like a video that gives advice on natural probiotics, how they're good for you, how you should have it as well. Prebiotics and probiotics. Alrighty, the last one that we want to cover is client results. Client results are really important because it just shows proof that what you do is A, valuable, and B, gets people results, and C, they can also get the same results. And I always do that a lot, like testimonials. You can post it on your page. Like I have a highlight section and you can take inspiration from me where I talk about results, and I archive our stories and we keep adding it on here so people can see that, whoa, like if I have the same thing, I can get the same results. So if you want to offer a strategy and research process that I mentioned earlier, I posted another video going over it in this playlist. And check out the Google Doc for building your ideal client in the description. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on the next one.